The Dodgers have been lying to us. Well, at the very least, they've been stretching the truth a whole lot. And this story that I'm about ready to tell you about, look, I've been predicting this since you could go back to probably November. I was predicting this to happen. And I got to get to the story because this is one of those things that it just boggles the mind that they keep stretching it out. They keep stretching it out, and you never find out what is the truth, right? And once again, Brad Stradamus is correct. I predicted this way back in November, December, that this would be happening, and it is starting to happen right now with the Dodgers. And there's the story. Shohei Ohtani gets disappointing update on pitching timeline for return from injury. And that's the story right there. And I was saying this because, and it goes back to this, man. It goes back to this. It goes back to if you don't need him, don't use him. He is so much, I feel like a broken record. He is so much more important to the team as a DH than as a pitcher. All right? Yes, we had a little losing streak for a little while. It would have been nice to have him throwing from the mound. But you know what? We don't need him in that position. If it was last year at the end of the season, we needed him, and he wasn't available to pitch. But if that situation comes apart or as that situation starts happening, I got to think the Dodgers are going to use him accordingly. And so the story goes on, too, as well. So what is it? Bob Nightingale. Bob Nightingale's always talking about something. He's talking about this one. He says, reported that if it was more urgent, Ohtani would be back on the mound immediately. And that's what I've been saying. I've been saying the damn thing, that he would be back on the mound already if we needed him, if the Dodgers actually needed him, right? All right, Ohtani could step up to the mound right now and contribute according to a person close to Ohtani, but his return is looking more like it may come closer to the All-Star break, which goes back to, are you lying to us by telling us May? Was May not even an issue? Or was May an issue only if it needed to be an issue, if the pitchers weren't producing or starters weren't happening? That could have been the situation. So I get that. And then you even go a step further and look for him to expect to peg. This is what Robert says right here. Certainly expect him to pitch for this year and through the postseason, Robert said. Hear that? Key word, postseason. That would mean defending world champs would be even more dangerous in October. Ohtani's last two pitching seasons were phenomenal. Had a 2.33 ERA in 22 and a 3.14 in 2024. So that is what we're talking about right there. And you could see Ohtani could be happening. What do you think about him just pitching in postseason? What if he just ramps up, plays DH the whole time, right? And then he gets to the postseason, and then he's like the secret weapon because no one's preparing for him. You're not seeing him all season, and if you don't need to use him towards the end of the season, that's kind of cool. That could kind of work out in the Dodgers' favor. But right now, if you don't need him, do not play him. All right? That is it. That is it in a nutshell. Pretty easy to figure that one out. All right. I did make a horrible prediction before we get started anymore with the show. And I said that Kim would be called up for the Korean National Series at Dodger Stadium against the Rockies on Wednesday. And if he was not called up to the Dodgers Big League Club, then I would drink coffee from the shoe. Here it is. Oh. The fact that I went back for more is even worse, right? All right, so I was wrong on that one. It is okay. Occasionally I'm wrong, and when I say that I will drink coffee out of a shoe if I'm wrong, I mean it. I did it on when Buehler left the Dodgers or signed with Boston. I said that if he's not a Dodger, I drink coffee out of the shoe. That was the first time, and now that was the second time that I drink coffee out of the shoe. All right, subscribe and like if you want to see Brad J drink out of a shoe. There you go. You can see that. Manager Dave Roberts calls out Freddie Freeman. Whatever could you call out Freddie Freeman, the nicest guy in the world? How could you even call Fred Dog out? Could you? Well, he was not happy with him after Tuesday's game. And you know what? Honestly, I wasn't happy with him either after Tuesday's game. And I'll bet you Dodger fans around the world were not happy at him after Tuesday's game. What's the story on Tuesday's game? For those of you who may have missed it, the score was 5-0 heading into the fourth inning when Rockies scored 2 in the top half of the frame with 2 outs. And Freeman on first, the World Series MVP, attempted to steal second to get into scoring position but was thrown out. Are you freaking kidding me, Freddie Freeman? Surgically repaired ankle, re-injured in a shower incident. Now you're trying to steal second base with the Dodgers doing quite well in that game. Did you even need to do that? Freddie, and I know Freddie, I'm sure, watches the show. Freddie, please, for the love of God, dude, do not try to steal a base. What did Roberts have to say? He goes, he's competitive and thought he had a chance to steal a base. He's competitive and thought he had a chance to steal a base. Okay, give us a 4-run lead. But I just think right now we've got to make sure we manage his workload and health. I'm sure he's not saying what he wanted to say. I just want to make sure that we try to keep him as healthy as possible. So I don't think we'll be seeing him steal any more bases in the near future. Quote unquote, Dave Roberts. Beautiful stuff right there. Freddie Freeman, once again, message to Freddie. We love you, man. You're so important to the Dodger team. But I'm just going to say right now, do not steal another base or attempt to steal another base, okay? Unless it's Game 7 of the World Series and you're in that position and you need to clinch it or to win the World Series, okay, then that's acceptable. But right now, the message has been sent down from Dave Roberts, Freddie Freeman, do not try to steal a base. You make us sign a contract or something. It's a definite no on that. All right. Kershaw had 3 strong innings. I covered the story in OKC. He could be returning sooner than you think, but then you start thinking to yourself, how long is Kershaw going to play for the Dodgers? How long is Kershaw going to play baseball? Well, it's the quote of the day. Kershaw on his remaining years as a ball player. Here it is. Here's what he has to say. Here's what the Kersh says. Notice Clayton Kershaw, the GOAT? Yeah, for a reason. 10-time All-Star, 3-time Cy Young Award winner, MVP. Come on. I don't want injuries to be the reason that I stop playing. I don't want to be like, I just can't do it. I'm hurt. Hopefully, I can walk out on my own terms whenever that is. That's Kershaw, the GOAT, right there. And you know what? He's going to be back sooner than you think. And any of you people that have been a little bit harsh or tough critics of Kershaw, watch out. He's going to come and he's going to produce, and he's going to show you that Kersh is going to mean something to the team. Just like the people that were hating on Buehler at the end of the season last year, look what he did for the Dodgers. I think we could get something like that out of Kersh down the road. One could only wish. All right, tonight's matchup, of course, in Texas. And who do we got? Well, we got Yamamoto taking the mound. Here we go. Yamamoto taking the mound. There's his number against Jacob deGrom. And look at the numbers for both those guys. A 106 ERA right now for Yamamoto. That is good stuff. Hits allowed. He's allowed 10, 24 Ks. Look at that. Look at the numbers. So he has been a strikeout machine, and he will go against Jacob deGrom. And that's how the Dodgers will start things off in Texas. Hey, that's going to do it for Dodgers Digest. Brad J with you. Always hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and hit the like, all that and more. Fastest growing Dodger channel out there. That's right. Dodgers Digest, Brad J. Always remember, as you go through the day, just think Dodger blue. Let's go.